That was a weird noise. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make that noise. I just put my lips together. I don't think I've ever tried that before. That was the first.
Everybody put your lips together.
I just went, that was weird. Everybody put your lips. That should be put into some movie. And the crowd would be like,
what concert did I come
Everybody put your lips together for Johnny B.
Hello the internet, and welcome to a very special episode of Life Unedited because we have a guest star, Mr. Brett Mashaw. You may recognize him from his starring guest role in the final month of Season 1 of Life Unedited. He portrayed the nose.
Here, let me get my nose in there.
In 4 days of vlogging experiment. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Brett. I'm a full-time worship pastor. That actually is very new. I've known Johnny for a long time. We used to ride bikes together when we were in like first and second grade.
It is true. We lived about 2 minutes by bike away from each other, so it was dope.
Yes, very dope. Very lit. But yes, I'm here because I became obsessed with a show on YouTube called Hot Ones. The channel is called First We Feast. You can check them out. And what they do is it is the show with even hotter questions. Let me try it again. It is a show with hot questions and even hotter wings. Dang it, I rehearsed that so much. We're going to be asking each other questions, and every time we do, we're going to take a bite of a hot wing, and as we go on, they're going to get exponentially hotter. Literally exponentially. They're pretty hot towards the end. So
Math, kids.
yes, stay in school. And how are you with spicy stuff?
Fairly good. I mean, I've eaten Trinidad Maruga scorpion pepper. I once had a habanero eating contest with a couple of our friends. I usually regret it pretty substantially afterward, but I think it'll be okay.
Yes, that's why we have the milk and even ice cream for us, because once we get down to the last one, it'll be a lot.
You ready?
Yeah, let's get started. This is ancho and marita.
It's almost like a traditional barbecue sauce, like a sweet barbecue, but then with some added pepper.
Marita chiles.
Marito Chiles.
But it's good. I've had a couple of these before I came here because I just got so excited.
Because he's a filthy cheater.
And we're probably not going to eat the whole wing on all of them. Because it's going to get so hot that we're just going to take a bite.
But right now, it's 2 o'clock and I haven't had lunch yet. So,
I'm really hungry. This tastes really good.
Your question, kind sir. You told me for a long time that you really want to be in one of my YouTube videos. Clearly you have a passion for YouTube. I'm curious though, if you were to have your own channel, what do you think you would put on it?
Okay, so I have to blow your mind. I do have a YouTube channel. I've uploaded one video, and it was of Josh Beatty and I covering 1 minute of a Deus Vale song, and my voice cracks at the very end. And it's pretty bad. I mean, I've gone back and watched it, and it has like a surprising amount of views, and probably 10 people, they're like, finish the cover. And I'm like, what? This was 6 years ago. But if I had to make a channel, either a music channel, some type of music channel, whether that would be covers or original music, either that or just a gaming channel. If I was good enough at League of Legends, which I play because I'm a huge nerd.
He's one of those.
If I was good enough, I would totally start my own Twitch stream. If I had to narrow it down to one, probably gaming. I don't know.
It's easier.
And also, I mean, I work as a worship pastor, so a lot of my life is already music.
Yep.
Next
Round 2
is Louisiana. I haven't had this one.
The whole state in a hot sauce.
I'm excited because this is like typical
Buffalo. I know why they call it Louisiana.
Yeah.
It's just Southern style hot sauce. All right, this is not an official question, but since we're eating 2 different things, you a wingy man or a drummy man?
Drum.
Okay, they're way easier to eat. Come on, people.
Yeah. Okay, Johnny, what career did you want to pursue when you were younger, and how has that changed as you have gotten older?
There's about 30 different increments, so I hope you're strapped in. I think first I wanted to be a cook/chef. I love food too much, especially at that age, and it was fascinating to me that could be a career, like something that people do and get paid for. And in fact, that's something that's kind of persisted throughout my life that I've wanted to do. That's sort of a trend, is that once I decide I want to do something, I never stop wanting to do it. I just move on to something else that I like a little bit more. So I started out as a chef, went on to wanting to be an author. There was also a short period of time where I really wanted to be a Lego master builder.
Yes.
I would practice making these ornate shapes. Like I figured out how to make a Lego sphere and all of those sorts of things. Because
seriously?
There are certain skills that they test in order to approve Lego master builders.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy. And then really the next big development other than those was I was convinced I was going to be like a mathematician or a physicist. I love math. I have my whole life, despite how nerdy that may make me. It took me a while to figure out that that was something that didn't really latch onto me as a job. It was more of a hobby. And so then I ended up in video making. And I'm going to be honest and say that as with just about every interest I've had, I worry that it might be starting to wane. But the fact of the matter is that you reach a certain point in your life where you just have to pick what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be the thing that you love most. I've become more and more convinced that maybe your career shouldn't be the thing that you love most because you don't want that thing to become work.
I could have guessed most of that. Even the chef part, I would have started out with that. But the Lego Master Builder, that's cool though.
I actually kind of forgot about it.
The next wing that we are going to eat is the Secret Ardvark. That is 5,000 on the Scoville scale. We started at 450 and now we're at 5,000. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, I got a giant one.
I like this one a lot.
Aha, I was right. It does have mustard in it.
You have quite the delicate palate. I'm a fan of the umami flavors.
Seriously, I'm so stinking hungry.
I know. It's going to get to the point where I'm dying because I'm like, I just want to eat it. It hurts so bad, but I'm hungry.
I shouldn't be putting this in my body, but I want the sustenance.
Jerry Crews, he like fasts every day until 2 o'clock. And he wakes up at like
he's one of
4
those
to
people.
work out he works out for like 2 hours every day. So when he got here, not here, but when he got on the show, he was like, I'm so
Yeah, you don't know this, but we just had Terry Crews here.
Power. Let me say that. It's commercial.
Old Spice. It's in the game.
What about EA Sports, isn't it?
So, still on the trend of music. As a musician, what is your favorite trend in modern music and your least favorite trend in modern music?
Can they be the same thing?
They can be the same thing.
Okay. I would say, if I had to answer your question shortly, I would say the 1-4 progression. It starts on the 1 chord, goes to the 4 chord. It literally just goes back to the one that's a 2-chord song.
Yep.
I can't stand it, and at the same time, can't stop listening to it because
There's a reason that's become the standard.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just taps into our brains in some way.
It is everywhere. I think every artist has a song that has that at least in some part of the song.
Yeah.
And it feels so. I talk about music like with feelings, like, and it makes me feel so good and so musically like sound and I like
Sound
that.
and awe.
Sound and ladies. But yeah, that's what I would have to say. It's the 1-4 progression. My favorite and probably my least favorite. This is the Bronx.
This is number 5?
4.
Really? Good golly. I got a little bit of the tingle.
I'm feeling it over here. I'm trying to act all tough, but come like 6, I'm going to be dying. Okay, Johnny. Anybody who knows you knows that you are a guy of many talents and interests, as we found out with all of your passions in life. 2 of them that I connect with you a lot on are, that was a terribly worded sentence. 2 that we connect on are video games and films. But where did your passions for video games and films, where did those come from?
Video games is an easy answer. One of the earliest memories I have is sitting down in our basement watching my second oldest brother play the original Legend of Zelda on our Nintendo.
Okay, wow.
And that was, I think, the only console we had for a long time. My grandpa had bought it for us. And I just sat there and was in awe of this game. I really got into playing them with Ocarina of Time on the N64, even when I was still really too young to know fully what I was doing, but I would play the puzzle sections of dungeons, and then my brother Steven would beat the bosses for me. So we would do this cooperative play thing. And I mean, that's why Zelda is, to this day, probably my favorite series. It's what I go back to all the time. I've played Ocarina of Time more times that I could possibly count. Film, though, it's funny that you say that because despite it being my job and despite it being something that I love making, it was really something that I discovered I loved doing in college. And because of that, I started to love watching it rather than the other way around.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's all I have. Next wing, it is the Queen Majesty Scotch Bonnet and Ginger.
I'm really excited about the ginger. I'm just going to be honest.
I do like this one. Scoville's, it is 9,000.
But not over 9,000.
It is not over 9,000.
That's the era of internet that I'm really tapped into. That's good.
Give me the shot.
Question number, whatever it was, 3. As a fairly recent college graduate, now with a full-time job and all those sorts of things, living on your own, what has been the hardest part of adapting from college life into living adult life?
The most simple answer would just be like going to bed at a decent hour.
That is surprisingly difficult.
Because I find myself, I still stay up late like every night. Early for me would be like 9 or 10. I'll sit there at 9 and I'll just lay in bed and I'll be like, I cannot go to sleep.
Nope.
I would say finances, definitely. Because in college, for some reason, I felt like my parents probably still kept hold of a lot of things. Little did I know. I think when I moved into my condo and trying to figure out, okay, well, I've got to call AP. I got to call Columbus Water.
I had no idea that was a thing you had to do until I was trying to get this apartment.
That was really hard for me, and I quickly adapted to it and everything. But other thing would be taxes.
Oh, gosh.
That is like, nothing gives me anxiety more than the 2 times, 2017 and 2018, when I've had to do taxes. I would actually say taxes has been the hardest thing transitioning into.
What's really hard is when you get married 3/4 of the way through a year to someone who lived in a different state and also moved localities within the state. So I had 2 sets of local taxes, 2 sets of state taxes, and a set of federal taxes with 3 different W-2s. It was a nightmare.
That is awful. I hated the process. And that's just all process.
Yeah. And process where they don't tell you how, like, you take some from this and some from that.
And I do want to say, like, kudos to TurboTax.
That is true.
It actually is pretty user-friendly. I just feel like a complete numbskull going through it, though.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
I'm like, I get to questions and I'm like, do I say yes or no?
Well, yeah, because half the time they ask questions and you think, I've never even heard of that source of income or, like, what that expenditure would be. So I don't think I spent any money on it. It's like, did you spend any money that didn't pay taxes? And I go, probably not.
I know, and then, yeah. Sweet. Next up, we have the Bravado Spice Ghost Pepper and Blueberry, made with blueberry, white wine, vinegar, ghost pepper, and death.
I think that's white wine vinegar.
White wine. Oh. Shut up.
I do like that it's purple, which is fun.
It looks like blueberry. It's supposed to be blue. Yeah, good point.
Definitely tastes like blueberry also.
Yeah, I'm actually not getting much of the spice. Yeah.
I'm going to call an audible.
Yeah, me too.
And,
Hold that up. He just caked it. Oh my word.
That's how we do it around here. We call this pre-regret.
Yeah, are you gonna actually do that? Okay, well, I'll do my little.
Here, I'm gonna give it a little dab.
Yeah, the reverse dab, actually.
Wouldn't that be like this way?
Oh my god. Dang it, we've already dabbed. Okay, I'm going for it. That's a really interesting taste.
It's really good.
It honestly reminds me of blueberry waffles or blueberry pancakes.
It tastes like blueberry syrup and hot sauce, which means the chicken and waffles are just the prime location for this stuff. It's not getting to me, though.
It's not as bad. I still feel like I got the most spice off of this one and this one.
I think part of that is because these other ones have some of the sweet elements, both the ginger and the blueberry. And so it's not just a heat assault on your tongue. It's actually a carefully composited taste portrait.
On every episode of Hot Ones, they do a explain that gram section where we do a deep dive into someone's Instagram, and I'm going to show you some pictures, and you have to explain.
I will explain the
origin of this. Yes, that's
the gram is 1,000th of a kilogram.
Here you go. Explain that for me.
All right. Well, this is me being the sap that I am and getting really, really emotionally affected by every end of something. Here's the thing. I just get sad whenever anything ends. It doesn't matter like how good the thing was. Endings are inherently sad to me. And so there I was, young at heart and in body, which is not a thing that needed to be said. And I was wrapping up working at Chick-fil-A, which I loved being at Chick-fil-A. I loved the people I worked with. Shout out to you. And I was really sad to see it go. So yeah, there you go.
Right, explain. That was good. That was good. Explain this one.
Oh man, early foray into photo editing, done entirely on my phone, which I'm still very impressed that I was able to blend
it's
that
impressive.
line.
I don't understand it to this day.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, you watch enough Wheezy Waiter and you just get a sense for how to do split screen things. As is evidenced by the history of my channel, I just rapidly change haircuts or hairstyles. I don't have one look that I've had for a long time.
Rocking the
I just sort of
look.
try one thing and then try another thing. And so this was one of my earlier forays into very long hair. And shortly after I discovered what a beautiful thing the faux hawk was. And so in that transitional period, I just thought it'd be really great to capture that in one look.
Okay, I actually have a couple and I'm trying to figure out which one I want to choose. Let's do one more.
I had like 9 and then I narrowed it down.
This one. I thought this was pretty funny.
Oh,
I thought
this
was
is
the start of something.
The start of something new, one might say. It feels so right to be here with you. Oh.
Please don't look into my eyes.
This was in preparation for a leave at Cedarville. I was responsible for the graphics for one of the songs, and it was a nightmare project. So I spent like 3 straight days in one of the broadcasting rooms working on an editing computer they had. And then my 2 good friends, Carrie and Allie, they were like, we're your friends, we'll bring you food. Truth be told, I was just trying to get them to come see me so that Allie would come see me. At that time, they stole my phone, they took this picture, And Allie put her name in my phone jokingly as the greatest person ever, which then became the greatest fiance ever, and now the greatest wife ever is still what she is in my phone as.
No way!
And that is where it started.
That's amazing. Wow, okay.
So there you go.
Glad I chose that one.
That is a good one.
Cool. Okay. We gotta eat another wing.
Oh yeah, we gotta eat a wing. Which one is this?
Karma. I want to say it is going to be a hotter Louisiana sauce, but I'm not sure. Red pepper butternut squash. Okay.
I can sense some of the harvest fruitiness of the squash.
All right. Oh.
It does taste good, but it's hot.
Oh my. Okay, this one is significantly hotter.
Mm-hmm.
Where's it hitting you? Where's it hitting you? Besides everywhere.
Lips and middle of the tongue.
It hit me in my apple bottom jeans.
And the boots with the fur?
The fur.
Oh.
I think I gotta go for the milk. I think I gotta go for it. I'm gonna go for the milk. No shame. Wow, that helps so much. Okay, now it's just my lips.
Okay, so the first Instagram I'm gonna need you to explain is pretty straightforward, I think.
Okay. I can explain that. My freshman year, we went on of college. We went on a spring break trip. Me and 5 other friends. We went to Florida, and we were on top. I was on top of a rock near the beach, and somebody wanted to take a picture of me. And for some reason, I thought it'd be funny to lift up my shirt, therefore exposing my boxer briefs,
which are very high. I just want to go on the record as, or perhaps your pants are fairly low.
No, my pants were very tight.
There's some
up.
serious clearance happening there.
It's probably like 3 inches, right?
Oh, easily. All right, a dear friend of ours I thought needed to make an appearance here.
That is my best friend Tommy. I think he Snapchatted that to me or texted that to me. I posted that on Instagram. I feel kind of bad, buddy. I'm sorry. That is funny. I honestly don't know the story behind that besides he texted it to me and I was a dirt bag and I posted it.
But I mean, he clearly loves that shrimp. All right, moving on. I'm gonna need you to explain this one.
My roommate just made me pizza bites. At Hayden Suver, hashtag num num.
Yep.
4 likes.
I did have 4 likes.
There's not much to say besides I had the nicest, most sweetest guy of a roommate my freshman year. His name's Hayden. What did we all know about Hayden? You could say this.
A, he loved WWE.
Yes.
And B, his mom made the best cookies I've ever had in my life.
He would go home just about every single weekend and bring back baked goods, and everybody'd be like, "Hey Hayden, how's it going? You got any cookies?" Because
We're glad you're back.
They were good.
Cookies. Yeah, they were real good. But I think there's just one more layer to this, which is that about 3 seconds later on Instagram, you also posted this.
I posted it twice on Instagram? I did not the exact same thing too.
No, look how many likes there are.
Oh, it's
4
and then
10.
What the heck? It's on my Instagram twice? No way. It's on there twice! Johnny's being humble too. He told me earlier he wanted to do a couple with him because I actually do have a lot of pictures
of
him.
there's some real golden ones back down
Maybe
there.
you could just like do a quick boom 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 of them.
My favorite one is still the one with me asleep. Which
That was your profile picture.
It was my profile picture until about 3 months ago.
Okay. I think we should pray before this next one because this is the bomb, and this is what we like to call the equalizer. The toughest and the weakest all die together.
Are we gonna add more? Probably not.
Probably not. I'm gonna take one little bite of this,
okay,
and then we are going to see how we do. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh, this tastes awful.
It does.
Okay, that is one thing they say is this tastes terrible.
That's one of those hot sauces that is just hot. It doesn't have any other flavor.
I'm going in for another bite.
Yeah, that's not very tasty.
No, that tastes terrible. And it is hot. Oh, it's creeping too. Oh my gosh.
It's hot.
I'm going for the ice cream that is now completely liquefied.
Oh man.
How you doing?
Doing okay.
This is so hot.
I'm gonna go for milk.
Yeah. It's in the back of my throat right now. Ooh, okay. How are these things doing?
They're buzzy. It's actually like right under my eyes and like my cheeks.
I don't know if I can go on anymore. Whew, I'm gonna very carefully dab my eyes. Do you have any more ice cream? This was a terrible idea. Oh my gosh. Here's the thing. We don't want to kill ourselves, okay?
But don't we?
I hate you. Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, I can say that Da Bomb is excruciatingly hot.
Here's my theory. I think we just might as well keep going because this isn't going to go away.
I think you're right. Johnny, this is for you. 4 things. Favorite YouTube channel. This is hard. You have to narrow it down to 1.
Okay.
Musical artist, film director, and author.
I'm going to say YouTube channel, Wheezy Waiter. Craig Benzine.
Okay, yeah.
He is who directly inspired me to start my channel. His style is what I have adapted in that it is very much just what he wants to create. Sometimes there's a point, sometimes there's not, sometimes it's an experiment. He does it because he enjoys it, not because it's going to get views. And his channel is struggling because of that.
Yeah.
But he's one of the few YouTubers left who I know, who I think really has the integrity of YouTube still in mind and isn't just doing it because it's a job. Band. His band. Driftless Pony Club.
I was really hoping you would talk about both of those things.
I waffle on it. It's like, do I like 21 Pilots more? Do I like this or that? Churches? But Driftless Pony Club, there's something about their music that just taps into my brain and makes it work better. Like if I have a task that I need to get done and I'm having trouble focusing on it, I turn on Driftless Pony Club and instantly, bam, in the zone, get it done. Film director. I'd probably have to say Edgar Wright. That's a close tie with Steven Spielberg. They do very different things, but they both do them very, very well.
Yeah.
But Edgar Wright just has a way of... He recognizes the power of film, which is that it's visual, and he uses those visuals to such a mind-blowingly brilliant manner. Oh, it's just great. And then author is much trickier. Much trickier. Man, that's tricky. C.S. Lewis.
Okay.
People always ask favorite author, and I think in like fiction realm, I don't think I have an answer to that. But C.S. Lewis, I mean fiction and nonfiction, the man's just a genius. He's written by far the most important book I've ever read, which is Till We Have Faces. Oh, yeah. And I love Narnia, and I love all the things. Yeah. C.S. Lewis.
That's okay. Follow-up is you get to not just meet one of them, but you get to collab with them.
Wheezy Waiter.
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
All right.
We got to wrap this up, so let's go.
Hot Wing.
This is a 357 Magnum. It's got the Scoville level. The bomb is 135,000, and this is 357,000 Scoville units.
I think I'm not going to eat the whole one.
This was 450, in case you're wondering.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I'm ready to die again. Oh gosh.
Again, it just tastes bad.
Yeah, this one isn't too hot. It's not. It's a slow ignition. Oh. Oh, I swallowed it. This one makes me feel like I want to throw up. My ears are like on fire right now.
Well, speaking of on fire, I hope your answer to this question is on fire.
Okay, sweet. Oh my god.
As a teacher, if you knew that every student who comes through like your tutelage would remember one thing you taught them for the rest of their life, what would you make that one thing?
For those who didn't know, I actually pursued a career in education, taught for 1 year, and I'm done for a lot of reasons. Oh my gosh. One thing that my students could remember, possibly my life verse, which was Psalm 19:14. May the words of my mouth, the meditation of my heart be pleasing in your sight, O Lord, my rock and my redeemer.
It's a good verse.
You're not feeling it in the back of your ears. The back of my head right now feels like it's going to implode.
Oh golly, it's getting to me. It's my lips. Shall we do it?
I don't want to.
You don't want to?
No.
Gonna chicken out?
No.
Are you gonna eat it?
Dude, I don't know, man. This hurts so bad. Let's do it. Okay, so there's a tradition to put a dab on the last wing. No way in heck am I doing that. I'm chickening out.
What the heck? It's gonna be bad enough.
Don't do it. You're gonna do it.
Can't be that much worse.
Baby bite.
It's sort of glue-like. I don't like that.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Woo!
Quick, ask the question.
Yo,
I know. My facial orifices are very aggressive. They just like to leak, and I'm okay with that.
Johnny, was there a specific moment when you knew you wanted to date Allie? And in a similar way, while you were dating, was there a time you remember thinking to yourself, this is the woman I want to marry?
Yeah, it was pretty much the first time that I met her. Hung out at a museum. She was wonderful. And I thought, I want to date her because she's awesome and unlike anyone I've ever had interest in before, which I felt like was a good sign. Is it creepy if I say that was pretty much the same time I decided I wanted to marry her?
No. Well, I just think I could marry this girl. Yeah.
I have strong passions, and they came out kicking. And have never really stopped.
Yeah, how much of that did you eat?
I mean, I put a dab on it and then ate most of it. That's what's left. Might as well finish it, right?
No! I ate this much. I ate like none. Anything for the sake of entertainment, right?
Yeah, right.
I never want to do this ever again. Okay, we did it. I mean, we did it. Technically, we had a little bit of each.
We ate probably close to a quarter of a gallon of ice cream.
Yep.
We will never do this again. But if you think I'm entertaining, you can click that subscribe button. I'll be around. Maybe he'll be around again. Who knows?
Hopefully not doing this.
It only took us like 3.5 months to get this planned. Yeah. So, see you next time. Deuces.